Hello all you hip cats and kittens. Let's jump into it. I don't think I'm ever gonna allow myself to say that ever again. So today, I am going to be doing full throttle 1950s hair and makeup. I am not a cosmetologist. I have not gone to beauty school, cosmetology. This is literally just me, the way that I have seen 1950s hair and makeup on the internet, some of the theater productions that I've been in the past and what I've done for those. And I just like playing dress up, so this is an excuse. But I'm also gonna do a little twist, and we're gonna go through some 1950s slang that I looked up on the internet just for some shits and giggles. First of all, I'm gonna take these off because the ring light is just not gonna allow me to do that. So also, I apologize if I'm not looking into camera as much as I should because I'm looking at myself in my phone as well as a mirror that I have right here. And then I have my computer over here that has all of the slang and such. And what I have gathered, comb and brush. We need a boatload of bobby pins. We're gonna have blush, and I'm gonna probably cheat a little and use some highlight and maybe some contour. I am not good at contouring, so don't judge me. We're also gonna use some BB cream, foundation, my blending sponge, mascara, and liquid liner. Eyebrow pencils. It would help if I didn't drop almost every single thing that I'm taking out of my makeup bag. Lip pencil, and the color you're gonna use, I am using this lip crayon. It is Burt's Bees, and I'm literally just using it because I got it for free, so. And that's about it. If I forgot anything, I'm sure I will revisit it later. But first, we're gonna start with the hair. I like to put in the leave-in conditioner in my hair because I have some curlies going on. Oh, I also have some leave-in spray that I'm gonna use too because, I don't know, it just helps my hair to stay good. Fantastic. So I'm just gonna comb some of my wild mane back. I have not gotten a professional haircut since COVID started, so it is what it is. What I like to do, I'm gonna take a side part here, comb it out, because you want a clean part with your hair. And then I'm gonna take this front section and twist it, and then pin this back. Okay, cool. And then from there, I'd like to make it a bit poofier and then push it forward. And that'll give us a little bump. Also, when you're bobby pinning, if you want your bobby pins to be more secure, put them in an X through your hair. Also, when you're using a bobby pin, looking at this, the ridges go onto your head, not the flat part. Some people do that incorrectly. Being in theater and dance when I was younger, I learned. Okay, next thing is this side. Twist. Like I said, I am completely amateur. I don't actually know what I'm doing, so that's a thing. I will fuck up throughout this. I feel like it's not really a tutorial, it's just me goofing off on camera, and that is what it is. I don't like you, random hairs. Get out of here. And then we'll bobby pin this. Cool. And the rest of it, I don't have a camera to show you the back of my head, but that's okay, because honestly, the back of my head's probably gonna look ridiculous. I just take this and twist it, and I'm just kind of gonna make it in a little curly Q, and then pin that down. Blech, I ate some hair, it's fantastic. Do the same on this side. You don't wanna fitz with it a lot. Cool, I'm just gonna pin that. So I've done a old school Victorian type look before for a show. I will post that picture now. And I feel like the 1950s look is like that, but a little more relaxed. We're just gonna do that a little, do this a little. And anybody who's actually into hair and makeup, I'm sorry if I am upsetting you with what I am doing right now. Cool. I'm literally just gonna use up the last of the bobby pins that I have to sort of push stuff up, secure stuff down a bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Get out of here, Satan. Ugh, okay, I'm gonna redo this. Because I'm the worst. Ooh, child. Oh, no, don't ruin my life, please. Well, that's much nicer. Okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna work with that. That's what we have. That's what we're working with. Could be better. Could be worse. Yeah. Let's start looking at some of the slang now that we have the hair done, because I was worried about my hair drying before I could get it up and away. So I literally found an A to Z dictionary of 1950 slang terms. Some of these are flippin' ridiculous. If you're feeling nervous, folks, you can say got the Zorros, which I love. You know, there are so many different terms for a woman from the 1950s. Just a woman, just, you know, a lady, a girl, you know. They got hot mama, kitten, a knockout, a queen, a paper shaker if she's a cheerleader, a dolly, a fuzzy duck, which apparently is when a girl has a short haircut, a bird, a fox. The list, to be totally honest, it just, people come up with a bunch of different stuff. I mean, like, but that's true with any era, like, you have a bunch of different slang, so I can, whatever. Also, it's just kind of funny, like, this list, and actually a lot of the other lists that I could find were very similar in that way, which is, like, there are so many different terms for cars, and, like, going fast in a car, and, like burning rubber, and hit the gas, and all that stuff, like, that seemed to come from then. People would call their cars a chariot. If it was a big car, it was a tank. Hunk of junk is from the 1950s, apparently. Hopped up is a modified car. Hottie's a fast car, or a fine-looking person. And that's, I mean, we have that today now, too. Jacked up. Raised up car suspension. Machine is like a hot rod or a car. But yeah, also the amount of terms for like making out, kissing, you know, all that stuff is kind of hilarious. They've got backseat bingo. Classy chassis is when someone has a nice body. You could say someone's jacketed if they're in a relationship, which I assume has to do with like Letterman jackets or whatever that boyfriends would give their girlfriends. You could say someone's a keeper, which I think people still say nowadays. Necking. On the hook is when you're in love. Passion pit is what they called a drive-in movie theater, so I mean, oh my. Instead of saying going steady, you could say pinned, but they also said going steady. You could be in love with someone so you're just real gone. If it's a bad date, you could say a fake out. If you're going on a blind date with a man, it would be a John Doe. Which is also coincidentally when someone is dead, what they call an unidentified person, I'm pretty sure, so whoops. But yeah, there's just so many little things here and there. And a lot of things that we still use nowadays, like hipster, but now we use it like, oh my god, you're such a hipster. But hipster back then was actually a cool, cutting edge person. So now it's just so much woof. Oh, get someone on the horn. I've heard that one before. I like that. Greasers, of course. Anybody who thinks 1950s, one of the first things you think of is a greaser. It's just so many fun things. Don't worry, I'll be there in a jiffy. And then you got the police, which is like the heat, the fuzz, you know, all that. Give me five is apparently not a high five back then. It's a handshake. So there's that. Okay, back to the makeup. I can't seem to do two things at once. So I'm gonna put on BB cream, which don't judge me because, like I said before, I am not a beauty guru of any kind. I don't have a cosmetology license. I just beat the crap out of my face with what I have and go from there. If you wanted to say you were wearing a hat, you could say a lid. If something good is happening, you could say that they're getting on. Oh, it's going on like gangbusters. And this particular article just has a small amount of things like slang for people, bird dog, someone who steals someone else's girlfriend, curtain climbers or children, ankle biters or children. What else here? Bash ears is to have somebody who talks too much. Oh, eyeglasses are sometimes called cheaters, which I'm kind of like, I'm not cheating, I just prefer to see, but you know, whatever. If you're in like a busy area, like a busy city or something, you could say a fat city or an Antsville. For the record, I have no idea how to do eyebrows. Most of the time, I have my eyebrows completely natural because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm sure that what I'm doing right now is upsetting someone, but this is just what I do with my life in my eyebrow land. I'm gonna put on some concealer. Also, I'm pretty sure people aren't interested in the makeup I'm using, but just for the record, it's all just like crap that I get from the convenience store. I don't use any fancy crap. I don't spend more than like, I don't know, $12 on something. That's me. I'm also a very pale person, so this is just my life. Cool. Okay, next thing we're gonna do some blush and contouring stuff. And 1950s blush was usually pretty high on the cheeks. I usually wear my blush high on my cheeks anyway. That's just my jam. This is the way that I do my stuff. And then I'm just gonna do some highlight here. And I'm gonna put just a little bit there. And then I'm gonna do some contour just for shits and giggles. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. Some people put contour on the sides of their nose. That is not something that I do. Okay, cool. Dopers. I'm literally gonna put a little more pop on there. There's that. Cool. This is when shit gets real. I have done eyeliner, wing liner, for a very long time, and I am still not perfect at it. And I've never done it at this ankle before, so this could be a disaster. I already fucked up dealing with that. Actually, I'm gonna use this mirror because I think that'll be easier for me to deal with. If you don't use eyeliner, don't pressure yourself. Just take it one step at a time. Blink when you need to. Obviously, take the pencil away from your face before you blink. And I messed that up. Cool. That's as good as we're gonna get there. So there's one wing. There's the other wing. I don't want to futz too much with it because I don't want to mess it up. But there are wings. I don't think they look too bad. I just got eyeliner on my pants. Yay! And now I'm gonna let that do its thing, and then I'm gonna do lip liner. I suck at lip liner, and I don't understand it. That's what we're working with. With that, now that I look very odd, I'm gonna do the lip crayon, which is a lot less stressful. Actually, I'm gonna pull this bad boy back out. I think that works. Yeah, I think that works. Now, I wanna add mascara so that I actually have eyelashes, because I have blonde eyelashes that are completely invisible. Cool. Cool beans, guys. The coolest of beans. We have done it, lads. We are in it to win it. Okay, so clearly I cannot do a makeup hair thingy and read my computer at the same time. I did do something kind of fun, but I want to get into the full persona of 1950s. So bear with me for a moment, indulge my love of playing dress up. I haven't been able to do theater since COVID, so this is the best outlet that I have right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get more into character, and I have something I want to share with you guys that I put together. So be right back. So this is it. This is my last minute 1950s look. I had a great time doing it, but obviously I cannot read my computer and do a makeup and hair tutorial at the same time. But as promised, I did throw something together for you guys just for a little bit of fun. I took all the slang that I looked up today, some of the things that I mentioned earlier in the video, between hair and makeup, etc. And I wrote a little short story that I wanted to share with you guys, just because, I mean, during COVID it's been hard to be artsy. Obviously, like, Broadway shut down, a lot of community theaters had to go dormant or close down or try to find alternatives to going online and doing productions or doing smaller productions at the social distancing kind of thing. So this is my outlet for the time being, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. So here we go.
So there he was, a dreamboat really, sitting beside his hopped up wheels that nearly everyone heard he'd outrun the fuzz with screaming round town last weekend. But he just looked through his shades at her, while his pals laughed at some big tickle. Bunch of dipsticks. She was a total knockout, coming down the steps, the other paper shakers, to meet that square she'd been going steady with. Ain't that a bite? Thinking back to last month, the two were at a real swell bash, and he was fixing to ask her to some flick, get decked out even, and try to shake that delinquent reputation. Just when he thought they were getting on like gangbusters, despite their differences, his buddy had to come and ruin it. A spaz was completely loaded, asked if he had his deck of luckies, then looked at her like a vulture before upchucking in the bushes nearby. Now our boy nearly flipped his lid. Hey, nosebleed, cut the gas and bug off unless you want to rattle, dig? That guy beat feet, but he knew it was too late. She was bona fide. Real choice gal with smarts. Not like those fast chicks his buddies took to the passion pit. Before he could get clutched, he apologized to her in burnt rubber. He couldn't believe it. She had every right to tell him to get bent. And he wasn't some kind of bird dog, but she still smiled at him today, even with that drips jacket around her shoulders.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time. I hope that you had as much fun as I did. And if anybody has any fun 1950s slang or any stories that they want to share, by all means, you can put them in the comments below. Or if you have any suggestions for 1950s looks, you can do that as well in the comments. I just really like this style. I love like pin-up and all that. It's such a fun, and it's a pretty simple look that you can pull together. You can go thrifting and find stuff, and yeah, so overall, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I hope it razzed your berries, and have a great rest of your week.